lawmakers have unanimously voted in favor of an anti-LGBT bill. But could that legislation imperil vital Western aid for the heavily indebted West African country? First, let's look at the bill. Gay sex was already punishable with 3 years in prison in the socially conservative country, but the new bill intensifies the crackdown. It includes a prison sentence of up to 5 years for the willful promotion, sponsorship or support of LGBTQ+ activities. Lawmakers say LGBT behavior and advocacy goes against Ghana's cultural values. The bill's passage comes as Ghana seeks to emerge from a deep economic crisis and debt default. It's doing so with the help of an International Monetary Fund loan program secured last year and financing from the World Bank. But a finance ministry document has warned that if the bill becomes law, that could lead to the loss of $3.8 billion in World Bank financing over the next 5 to 6 years, derailing the IMF loan package. That would have a, quote, dire consequence on the debt restructuring exercise and Ghana's long-term debt sustainability, said the document, which was dated March and contained recommendations for President Nana Akufo-Addo. It also recommended engaging with conservative countries, including Arab nations and China, to secure additional financing. The World Bank, which suspended new funding for Uganda after it passed a harsh anti-LGBT bill last year, has said it is preparing a response to Ghana's bill. The IMF has said it cannot weigh in on the implication of a bill that is not yet law. However, it also noted that internal IMF policies prohibit discrimination based on personal characteristics. But this is all of potentially little consequence if the bill doesn't become law, and that's still up in the air. To become law, it would need to be signed by Akufo-Addo, who on March 4 said the bill had not yet arrived on his desk. In a statement, he added that Ghana will not backslide on its human rights record. He also noted that the bill had been challenged in the Supreme Court. In the circumstances, he said, it would be better to await the court's decision before any action is taken. South Africa has urged the International Court of Justice to issue a non-binding legal opinion that the Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories is illegal. Speaking on Tuesday, the second day of the World Court hearings, South Africa's ambassador to the Netherlands, Vusimuzi Madonsela, said that would help efforts to reach a settlement.
We as South Africans sense, see, hear and feel to our core the inhumane discriminatory policies and practices of the Israeli regime as an even more extreme form of the apartheid that was institutionalized against black people in my country.
On Monday, Palestinian representatives asked the ICJ, the UN's highest court, to declare Israel's occupation of their territory illegal. The court's advisory opinion, they said, could contribute to a two-state solution and a lasting peace. Israel is not attending the hearings. It did, however, send a written statement saying an advisory opinion would be harmful to achieving a negotiated settlement.
When will Israel's decades-long impunity for widespread and systematic human rights violations and violations of peremptory norms of international law end, if not now?
The latest surge of violence in Gaza, prompted by the October 7th attacks in Israel by Hamas, has complicated already deeply rooted grievances in the Middle East and damaged efforts towards finding a path to peace.
Occupied territory in good faith.
This hearing follows a request by the UN General Assembly in 2022 for an advisory or non-binding opinion on the occupation.
From Mauritius in 1960.
More than 50 states will present arguments until February 26th. The ICJ is expected to take roughly 6 months to issue an opinion. The hearings are separate from the genocide case brought by South Africa against Israel at the same court. In that case, in late January, the ICJ ordered Israel to do everything in its power to prevent acts of genocide in Gaza. Israel has denied all allegations of genocide and has asked the court to reject the case outright, saying it was baseless.